Warning! The Stone Age Gamer podcast includes a lot of bad language. Cover your motherfucking ears.
Good evening and welcome to the Stone Age Gamer podcast. I'm Kris Randazzo, and joining me tonight is the incredible duplicating wrestler, Dan Ryan. All aboard the SAG Cartoon Express. Yeah. We're starting a fresh run of video game-related cartoon awfulness, and we're kicking off this new year with the show we were supposed to end 2025 on, Super Mario World. How does this animated rendition of one of the best games ever made fare? Shout out on some Stone Age televisions, because the Stone Age Gamer podcast starts now.
We are not off to an auspicious start. Or an inauspicious start? I don't know. Shit's spicious.
Hi, everyone. This is episode 604. It's the week of February 6th, 2026, and welcome. For anyone new here, this is the official podcast of StoneAgeGamer.com. Dan and I talk every week about what's happening in the world of video games from a retro gamer's perspective, as well as whatever the heck else is going on in our lives. Speaking of which, first off, I didn't actually get around to making any shorts for last week because of all the snow. Every waking moment that I wasn't working, and many moments that I should have been working, I was outside shoveling and chipping away at various layers of ice in order to be able to get my car in and out of the house. And also, second apology.
Why was your car in the house? This is a terrible place to put it. You're like, oh, it's going to snow. Put the car in the house. What's wrong with you?
I just drove right in the front door.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea, Kris. Yeah. That's just...
Second apology, if I slur my words, I bit my tongue really hard at dinner. Not last night, but the night before. No, it was last night. No, yeah, it was the night before. And it's just, it's on the left-hand side, and it's still a little swollen. Like, I got it bad. And every now and then I'll try to say something, and it just doesn't come out right because my tongue's just a little too big.
That's what she said.
That sucks. Not too thrilled with that. I'm also a little under the weather as of today. I've been fighting it all week, and this morning. So this morning,
but excuses.
I woke up at 3, and then I kind of half slept until 4, and then I kind of half slept until 5, and said, "Screw it, I'll just get up and start working." Then I went to the bathroom. I was like, "Actually, I don't feel that bad. Maybe I should just go to the gym." So I went to the gym, and then like halfway into my gym, I just started feeling just wretched. And then I felt pretty crappy for the rest of today, while I was also freezing, which, granted, it's cold where I am, but not as cold as Dan's Memorial Annex there.
No,
because for all you non-video podcasters, you can actually see his breath.
Yeah. This is what I'm doing. For all of you, the listeners, I'm out here, fucking no pants, balls are freezing cold. Probably should put pants on, but that's not how I do this show. So I'm out here.
Get into character.
Right? I have to put this mask on every time, and I've just got a cold leather chair with fucking gum stuck to the side of my leg, touching the chair. It's awful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wearing a hat too.
Yeah, like, I know we have listeners, like, all around the country, and some people have had it worse than us, obviously. But, like, I went to work this morning, and the temperature, not the real feel, not the wind chill, not the fuck yourself, the temperature was 0. It's like, that's not great. That's not ideal.
I went to go to the gym, and it was 6. Nope.
It's like, fuck, man. And it's not
more
like
of those 4 degrees, please.
The weird thing is, right, is that, like, I think it's more so that we've just gotten used to having milder winters here, because this is what it was like when we were kids. It was fucking cold.
I bought this house, like 8 years ago, and last year when I redid my garage, I had this bag of salt that came with the house that I've never used. In the entirety of the time that I've had this house, I've never used it. And I've always held on to it because I hoard things. I hold on to things just in case.
You?
I redid the garage, and I was like, it's time to get rid of this salt. It's just taking up space. This year I needed it because I shoveled the snow in the middle of the day so I could take the girls sledding. And then I was supposed to go back out later to shovel like before the freezing rain hit. But I started feeling like garbage because I've been fighting off this cold all week. And I was like, it's fine. I'll just salt it in the morning, not remembering that I got rid of the salt. So not only did I not have salt, but nobody had salt. Salt was sold out everywhere. And then I found out why. The second day, I was out there with a hammer trying to break the 2 inches of ice that's all over my sidewalk just so that my mailman could get up to my mailbox. And when he showed up, he was just like, yeah, don't worry about it, man. I understand. Everybody's in the same situation. People are scalping salt.
Of course they are.
They're camping out in front of Home Depot, buying the entire pallet, and then putting it up on Facebook Marketplace in a markup.
Yeah.
We're scalping salt.
We refuse to pay people a living wage, Kris. This is what motherfuckers gotta resort to. This is where it's the gig economy, baby.
I'm pretty sure that's just the people being assholes thinking, you know what I could do? Well, I could make an extra buck by getting all the salt. I actually got some like Wednesday morning before I went to the gym. I camped out at 6 a.m. There was a line of people outside. Jesus 2 dudes
Christ.
Ran right up and started cleaning them out straight away, just loading up their shopping carts. And like, there's the old ladies standing there, like with their carts.
That can buy it later on Facebook Marketplace.
I started jumping in and grabbing them and giving them to the old ladies because they weren't going to jump in there and push those guys around who were just loading up their carts. And everyone at Home Depot is just letting them do it. Like,
of course they are,
guys.
Because they don't get paid enough either.
I would have stopped them. Anyway, I got my sidewalk salted, and it's all, but it's just ice everywhere. Which I haven't walked Hopper basically all week, like once or twice, but it's too cold for him out there. Yeah. Most days it's been way too cold even for it to be like okay on his paws, and there's also nowhere to walk him. Like, unless I'm walking in the middle of the street, and that boy thinks he's a car. He wants to be a car so badly. You walk anywhere near a street, and he just wants to be in the middle of it. It's like cars are coming.
Motherfucker, I'm ready.
Pulling him back with all of my weight, trying to stop him from walking into. He's like, beep beep, I'm a car. Like, no, you're not. You're gonna die.
I'm coming. My blinker's on. Look.
He just wants to walk straight into oncoming traffic and sniff it. And I'm like, dude, you
love that dog.
This is not gonna work out for you. Yeah, I love him too.
Yeah, man. It is absurd here. It is so much worse driving into Philly. Every day we were lucky enough to work from home a couple days this week, but then like yesterday and today we were back in the city, and like I was telling Evan before you got back on. I don't think you were here anyway. Like there are cars that I'm driving by in Philly that like they will get to go somewhere in April. Like, they are so fucking bad. Because, like, the thing about Philly, right, and big cities, is that there's nowhere for the cars to go. Right? Like, I'm currently parked in my neighbor's driveway. My next door neighbor, they're an elderly couple. They don't have a car. We have, Tiff's car, and then the 2 older cars that we have that we're keeping to fix up for the kids when they get their licenses and all that stuff. And then we have my car. So we have 4 cars, right? Because we fucking got it like that, apparently. But, so I was like, all right, fuck, like, I got to get my car off the street. I'll go park it in Miss Tina's driveway, and like, I'll shovel, because we shovel them out and like take care of them. Like if they need groceries or whatever, like I'll pick stuff up. They don't care. So we can do that here in the suburbs. In the city, the plow goes down the middle of the street, and there's nowhere for the snow nor the cars to go. Like, it's just there. And it's just piled. I was driving on fucking, like, Broad Street today, like a major street through Philadelphia, and there's fucking piles on the sidewalk, 12, 13 feet high, like no bullshit. Just these gigantic mountains of snow. Fucking none of the buses are running because they can't get down the side streets. Mm-hmm. The ones that even did get plowed. It is a fucking nightmare, and I'm almost I'm almost glad that this weekend storm seems like it's going to miss us, because if Philadelphia got like another 8 inches of snow this weekend, everyone might die. Like, all right, that's it, we're done.
I'm going into Philly tomorrow. I'm going to see a Flyers game with my mom.
Oh.
So I'm very thankful that there won't be
it should be getting to the fucking stadium should be fine.
It's going to be, that's going to be just fine. Also,
they
I'm
plow
not driving,
that shit.
So.
Oh, well,
I'm not
even
driving.
better. I'm letting my elderly mother drive in the snow and ice.
My sister's driving.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah. For me.
Maybe you should drive, Kris.
No, like, Jess insists. I asked my mom, like, so is there a plan for tomorrow? Am I driving? Is Jess driving? She's like, no, Jess is going to drive. She's going to insist that she drives. It's like her and her husband and me and my mom, and we're all going to the Flyers game. And Jess has this enormous fuck you truck that she's going to drive us in, and it'll be fine.
We're going to the orchestra tomorrow. You want to pick us up on the way and grab us when the game's over?
Sure.
All right, sweet. We'll get. Is it a pickup truck? Tiff and I we'll get dressed up all nice and then sit in the back of the pickup, out in 1 degree weather, holding on for dear life over the bridge. Like, fuck. It's a bad idea.
Afterwards, we're going to go get cheesesteaks afterwards. So,
where?
I don't. My sister's in charge. Okay. I'm just hands up. I'm just like, you know what? I don't care. I
swear to God, if you go to Pat's or Gino's like fucking tourists,
that's probably
angry.
Where she's taking us. That's
don't bother.
Guarantee. I mean, I've been there like 20 years ago. They were delicious, but
no, they're
fine. They're good. They're not like good cheesesteaks, but they're good. They're not bad. I like them. I forget which one I like. I can't remember which one I liked better. But I did that when I was in like my 20s. Like, I've been down that road.
Oh, there's somebody on South Street. God, why can't I remember the name of the place? It doesn't matter. It's way better. I'll remember it at some point. Roast pork there too.
Message it to me. I'll give it to my sister. See if she drives me there. But honestly, I don't care. It's going to be really nice to just not be in charge of anything. Like, I just have to be somewhere to get picked up, and then I'm just along for the ride. I'll go watch the Flyers lose. I'll follow them around all the shops, and they'll spend all their money, and just good times. I'm excited.
John's Roast Pork. That's the one.
John's Roast Pork.
John's Roast Pork. Yep.
I'm texting my mom right now.
Okay.
John's Roast Pork. Dan says that's where to get steaks.
They also don't do whiz. So, like, if you're looking for, like, a whiz cheesesteak.
That's not my thing. I like actual cheese on my cheesesteaks.
Okay.
Provolone is where it's at for me.
Got you.
I know everyone's into, like, Cooper Sharp and whatnot, but I don't really like
Cooper Sharp's cheese. Really good.
Cooper Sharp's, it's fine as far as American cheese goes. I'm just not an American cheese fan.
Yeah.
I'm provolone on my cheesesteaks. Hands down. Provolone and mozzarella sticks. That's what I'm talking about. Just put mozzarella sticks in the cheesesteak. Good times. Anyways, I think we've avoided this long enough.
I don't want to fucking talk about this horrible show.
Let's rip off the Band-Aid. Boy, this... Talk about diminishing returns,
Good God.
So our first stop on this new round of SAG Cartoon Express cavalcade of fuckery is Super Mario World, Season 1, Episode 10, Rock TV. Wow. This one originally aired November 16th, 1991. This was bad. It was Super Mario Brothers Super Show had a degree of quality to it. Like, not much, but there was thought went into it. There was live action segments, etc. Like, thought went into it. Then turned into the Adventure of Super Mario Brothers 3, and there was a little bit of hit in quality. It wasn't amazing,
good,
but it wasn't good, but it was.
But it wasn't this.
This was just like, wow, this is brutally bad. The IMDb description of this episode is King Koopa invents television as a plan to get the Mario Brothers. So this one really plays up the like the dinosaur land aspect of it. So there's like these shitty cavemen everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're all awful. They're hideously drawn, and they're all
real. The
wretched.
whole thing was just ugly. It's just an ugly show.
So horrid. Yeah. Really, really not good. Let's see. So the first note I wrote down was, why does the intro singer have a Jamaican accent? I guarantee that's a white guy singing it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's like that fucking Snow, that informer. So that me snow me, I go blame. I lick it, boom, boom, down. Detective man, so that me snow me, stab someone down the lane. That fucking guy? Yeah. That's right. I'll do the rest of the song. Don't fucking tempt me. What was the fucking... Like that fucking Vanilla Ice joke they made in this show. That was the only thing I laughed at. Oh, so Vanilla Ice Age. Sorry.
The did you know section is kind of hilarious because, like on IMDb, because it says, what was it? Quotes. No, there was, come on, IMDb. Get back to that. Let's see. Goofs. All right, let's see. It doesn't even... All right, it mentions one of them. All right, so the goofs, the damage to Mario and Luigi's Rock TV changes after it's broken. During the scene where Mario... This is the one this is the first one that I had to rewind a couple of times to be like, wait, what? During the scene where Mario and Luigi are wrestling, you can see when they hit the ground that Mario is wearing Luigi's clothes and vice versa. It actually happens before that, when they collide in midair. As soon as they collide, I don't know, they just reversed colors, and then they land in still reversed colors, and then the next scene they're back to normal again. Like,
I think Penn pointed that, or no, Roddy pointed that out when we were watching. It's like, why the fuck are they wearing each other's clothes now? They got hit that hard?
Just switch the colors.
I don't know.
But the one that really got me that I talked about in the Discord was so during the wrestling match, one of the dinosaurs has Mario pinned down, and then the princess tries to save them by getting a feather to fall down. Yeah. And so when the feather falls down, Mario notices it. And so while he's still wrestling with this dinosaur, another Mario runs across the screen to get the feather. And the other Mario that's still trapped under the dinosaur reacts to that other Mario.
So that... Because that other Mario was one of the hundreds of little Marios that came out, I think, is what that was supposed to be. Sort of. Like, because remember, she breaks the one block first, and then a bunch of little Marios come out for some fucking reason. Like happens in every Mario game.
Whoa, no, I totally missed that.
Oh, really? Yeah,
there's
a bunch of little fucking Marios that come out.
Oh my god, I missed that. I must have just looked down. I must have looked down to take notes or something and missed. All right, now I got to load it back up again.
Yeah, God,
I have to see the
this is key information, Chris. You're missing a key plot point because what you thought was a gaffe was actually a well-constructed, subtle, nuanced. Some might say. I don't know who, but some might say nuanced. I suppose people that don't know what that fucking word means. Part of the show.
A bunch of little Marios came in?
Yeah, she hits an exclamation point block. The exclamation point blocks that are also common in the Super Mario Brothers universe.
Well, in Super Mario World, exclamation blocks are a thing.
Not ones like this. Not with ones that pop out a bunch of little Marios. They are not.
No, definitely not ones that pop out little Marios. All right, he shook his hand. All right, then that's where he threw him, and he changed colors.
Right.
All right, let's see here. The princess looks up at the question blocks. There's an exclamation block, just in the middle of all those blocks.
Right.
And Yoshi's going to jump up there, and... Okay. Yeah, I missed this. How did I miss this? Oh my god, why are there Marios?
Right? Like I said, out of the... From the exclamation block, happens all the time. Okay, you hit that and a bunch of little fucks start running around. But it still raises the question of why, when the little one gets the fucking feather, why is he the same size as regular Mario? And then the regular Mario gets the power up, I think, is what happens.
Yeah, no, I can't follow this. I'm watching it right now and I can't follow it. So all the little Marios run away and distract the Koopalings.
Right.
But one of the little Marios runs back in, gets the feather, turns into Cape Mario, spins around and knocks out Bowser, and that's the end of it. Like, now that one is the real Mario. So what happened to the rest of the Mario?
So, like, but he grows. He's like the fucking Grinch. His heart grew 3 sizes that day.
But they don't
this
show
little fucking
him
Mario.
He just is bigger in the next scene.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's just nope. This is just Mario now. The collective consciousness oh my god! All right. Anyway,
why is Yoshi so bad? Why does Yoshi have
terrible
human proportions in this one? There's certain scenes where it looks like they drew a dude and they were like, "Oh fuck, it's supposed to be a dinosaur. Quick, fix it." Like, it's really odd looking. I don't care for it.
His long arms are very, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
I did write earlier
on. And his voice.
His voice is so bad.
It's so bad.
It's wretched. I don't know what made anybody think that was an appealing character.
You know what would be good? If we made the dinosaur a baby, but also fucking stupid. Let's do that. Let's make a stupid baby with human arms, but also be a dinosaur. With a tongue that just real fucking long. Like, putting in work with that tongue, wrapping that shit around blocks and stuff. Like, and why was there a Kamek in every TV? That's weird, right?
Well, this was before Kamek was a character, so there was just multiple Magic Koopas. That was just the thing. They were like a regular enemy.
All right.
There could be so it was just Magic Koopas.
I was just like, what are we doing? I
hate all of this.
This was so wretched. Like, the only part I legitimately laughed at was Vanilla Ice Age. I thought that was funny. That was all right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. It was really, that part I thought was legitimately a good joke.
I liked how Bowser's whole thing was the TVs would rot their brains. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, man, if only Bowser knew about social media.
Right? That's what Tiff said when we were watching it. It was like, wow, what turns people into idiots?
TV was going to turn people into idiots? Like, wow, this is pre-internet, guys. It got
Facebook and
so
Twitter.
Much worse.
Oh, boy, it's so much worse.
And then Yoshi said Dino Bunga at one point, and then one of the cavemen also said Dino Bunga. Like,
yeah. Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad.
I do have questions about the microphone. And so, like, the plot was that Bowser made Stone Age television somehow by putting Magic Koopas in a bunch of TV-shaped rocks. Yeah. And then kidnapped? How did he convince the Mario Brothers to do a wrestling match again? He, like, kidnapped them or something? I don't remember.
So, when they were watching the Bowser Says, or Koopa Says, the exercise show, and he was like, "Get off your fat, lazy asses, you fucks." Basically, was that was the subtext of what he was saying. At the end of that, and he was like, "Go get the fucking plumbers and bring them here." But then they just wrestle.
Then they're just put him in a wrestling match with a dinosaur that had chest hair.
But it was a different. It really did. But it was a different wrestling promotion. Like, when he was selling it at first, he mentioned one wrestler. Like, so in this world, there are rival wrestling promotions already set up. It's like the fucking Monday Night Wars all over again. Just waiting for Hollywood Hogan and the NWO to come strutting in, and fuck, man, it was bad.
And then there was a musical number.
Yep.
There was a musical number right in the middle of the episode that was terrible.
This episode had it all and all of it was terrible.
Every ounce of it was bad in every way.
I think the worst offender of it, though, right? Like, out of all of this, because, like, shows could be bad and unfunny and, like, whatever, but it didn't even look like they were trying. It's so ugly. Yeah, the animation is so choppy. It's just so fucking cheap. Like, this is like it borderline really offensive. Like, at least with Donkey Kong Country and, like, Reboot, and I'll fucking throw Beast Wars in there because I think that looks like shit. But it's a personal preference more of a thing.
Product of its time. Damn, I just bit my tongue. I was trying to say it's time, and there's my tongue.
It was, but no, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, as
Beast Wars continued, it got better looking because the technology got better. Like,
it was still awful.
Oh my god,
still dog shit.
It never got legitimately good. But if you look at season 1 of Beast Wars versus the last season of Beast Wars, there is a noticeable difference between, like, what they could do.
Yes, it was a diarrhea shit to, like, now it's a solid shit. Like, okay, yeah, like, that's clearly better, but, like, still shit.
You quit decrying Beast Wars. That show is
I
amazing.
will not. Fuck that show.
I love Beast Wars.
Beast Wars can get fucked. But that's what I was going to say, though. Like, those shows look like that, but I do think they were trying, right? Like, there was effort, and that's just a product of what that technology was able to do.
Right.
Animation in 1991,
Voltron: The Third Dimension,
looked really fucking good when you tried, or I guess spent the money.
Let's see. One was Gargoyles started in 94.
Yeah.
Batman the Animated Series started in 92. So that only had a year on this one. But hell, even compared to
look at G1 Transformers.
Even compared to Super Mario Bros. Super Show, this looks terrible. This is like a huge step down from even that.
He-Man, which is not a well-animated show. Like, there's a lot of...
There sell toys.
There's a lot of this in He-Man, and, like, a lot of, like, why are you doing the Doctor Who thing through the same hallway? That's fucking weird. Even that show, leaps and bounds better than whatever the fuck this was.
Yeah, this was just product.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, Chris, I don't think this one's gonna put up a very strong showing in the rankings as we go through.
Not so much. Where is my ranking sheet? Do you want to do the listener feedback first, or do you want to...
Yeah, give me put some feedback in me. Let's get to it.
Well, let's see. So for 2025, how did we get? We only did 10 in 2025. I guess we could go over our final rankings in a minute. Let's see. We did get some feedback on this. Let's see. What do we got cooking here?
Darkwing Duck started in 1991. Liquid Television. The Pirates of Dark. The Ren and Stimpy Show. Rugrats. Fucking Tasmania. That was a good looking show. Anyway, sorry.
I had a terrible idea at work today, and I think it's hilarious. We were trying to think of different colored shells for the next Trogtech line of N64 shells. And I had this really bad idea that I think actually looks amazing to do a Mario-themed one. It's red on the top and blue on the bottom with yellow buttons and yellow cartridge flap, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
And then I had... Ryan had the idea of like, but the feet should be brown like his shoes, and I was like, oh, that's so good. So they did a mock-up of it with the brown on the bottom, and I was like, is it really worth the effort to do a brown mold, like to just get these parts in brown? We should do a whole brown. We should do a Donkey Kong one, which is a brown N64 with a red flap for the tie.
But then he would have to have, like, flesh-colored feet. You'd have to undo that. Because, like, he doesn't have fucking... Like, his fur is not on his feet.
I'm going to send you a picture of it because it's amazing.
Good God.
Oh, my God. What the hell I was looking for?
Listener
I
feedback.
forgot what I was. Listener feedback. I'm just going to drop this hilarious picture, and I take full responsibility for it in there because the flesh tone wound up being the buttons.
Yeah, love that.
It's so good.
Big fan of that. Hold on, pulling it up. Oh, no. Boy.
It's so good.
You just want me to start yelling about nipples again. And I'm not going to fucking fall for it, Chris. I see your trap. You think I'm going to walk right the fuck into that? I'm thinking about it, though. Like, in my head, it's just going, nipple! Nipples! Nipple! It's just fucking screaming in the back of my head right now.
Oh, my God. All right, so...
That actually really doesn't look all that bad. That looks pretty
really
fucking
doesn't.
cool.
There's a more solid brown one that he mocked up next to it that looks really good. And
yeah,
I don't know, I don't know how well they'd sell, but I like the idea of doing them just
just
if
because.
You're a big Donkey Kong 64 fan, you'd want the Donkey Kong N64, and you could buy that one with 4 banana yellow controllers and a banana yellow DK64, or like a Mario Kart one. I don't know. I think it's a neat concept, but I don't know how it's all going to work. Either way. First bit of feedback after we posted what the episode was. The amazing Chris Godby said, "Oh no, my all-time favorite video game gets such an awful animated adaptation." He is not wrong.
No.
Duroc Pig says, "Is it just me, or did this episode make the Mario Brothers look pretty incompetent? I don't recall the other Mario TV show making them come across that way, but it has been a long time seeing these as well. I also felt the Mario World TV show having Caveman was a weird choice, given that they could have just used Toads, and I feel like it would have been far less annoying. I just never cared for the Caveman. Admittedly, I've always liked the TV version of Bowser quite a lot. Yeah, that is the one good thing that these animated things have done. I find him to be a likable villain, and I'm probably going to be in the minority with this, but I always felt like the Yoshi was the best part of the Mario World show. You absolutely are in the minority on that. Not a great episode, but certainly watchable. Bonus points for the wrestler dinosaur in a singlet." Also, the Vanilla Ice reference definitely dates this show, but it got a genuine chuckle out of me.
Yeah, it was good. Vanilla
Well
Ice
said,
Age. That's
Duroc.
legitimately funny.
Rumbleman says, "One of the best SNES games ever. Heck, one of the best games ever, but I didn't watch the cartoon." P2 McTwenty8 says, "Oh crap,
You didn't miss anything.
I might be able to get it right after the work before you record, but I can already hear Yoshi speaking in my ear." And then he posted an image from Force Awakens. "I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it." Dude, is that Mario and Red Green Mario? Is Red Green Mario being stepped on by Pom Pom? Yeah, it's all just ridiculousness. Then we got into a whole conversation because I missed the bit where there were multiple Marios. So let's see. Then we turned into a big conversation about New Super Mario Brothers. That chest hair, though. Chrono Din pointed out the chest hair on the wrestling dinosaur. And then Chris Godby.
Dinosaurs famously hairy.
Yes, indeed. All right. Chris Godby says, "I first saw this cartoon on the Mario All-Stars block on the Family Channel in 1994, which combined Super Mario World episodes with the cartoon segments of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. I'd watch it in the mornings before I'd go to preschool. I guess I never noticed that Mario and Luigi had different voices between the two segments. I also have a weird memory of there being live-action wraparounds, sort of like the Super Show's Club Mario episodes, but I don't know if there's anything to that. Anyway, the episode itself. This is my favorite video game ever, but I'll try to be impartial. I like the Koopa Clown Car potted plant. King Koopa talking about going to the real world is, I think, a reference to the Super Mario Bros. 3 cartoon continuity? Didn't see that coming. Always fun whenever a TV show tells you how evil TV is. Vanilla Ice may be my arch enemy, but I admit I was amused by Vanilla Ice Age."
Why is Vanilla Ice your arch enemy?
I don't know. I would like to hear more about that.
I need more about that story. Yes.
Maybe he's been watching too many cartoons. The early 90s Stone Age.
Was it the ninja rap that set you off? Was it? There's so many questions.
There's so many things. Vanilla Ice is terrible. The early 90s Stone Age aesthetic combined with elements from Super Mario World would be kind of cool if not for, everything.
Yep.
I do like the gag of Koopa throwing Big Mouth out of the ring. Mario might understand wrestling better if he still had his previous voice actor. That's a good point.
That's a good point.
What the hell? Why does the question block release a bunch of mini Marios? Okay, that wasn't as atrocious as I remember it being. Not saying it was good, mind you. Some recent gags sprinkled throughout, but overall it was just pretty lame, I guess. Looked terrible, and it just overall felt kind of, I don't know, soulless. The Super Mario Bros. Super Show wasn't a masterpiece either, but at least it felt genuine, and the characters actually had personality. I guess this is more of a criticism of the show itself rather than this particular episode, but the good guys all come across as really square, and not in a Huey Lewis kind of way. Am I thinking about this too much? Possibly. Sorry, I can't help it.
Where it's hip to be square?
Yes, indeed.
Is that the reference we were going for? Wow.
Let's see.
I love that
Super
critique.
Mario,
Anytime
Super Mario World,
in
yeah.
2026 where you can work in lame and square into the critique of a television show, I'm in. Well done, sir.
You've done good work. P2Mc28 jumps in and says, now, I was never able to consistently see this show, and, well, good, maybe. There's just so much. I don't remember why they're in prehistoric times. Was this just an American interpretation of the game? Why is Yoshi straight up eating rocks? And the Yoshi I know wouldn't have had an issue eating a Kamek or 50 from what I remember. It's just sort of sad, poor quality everything. Writing, animation, the voice acting seems fine, but I have to watch more before I decide on that, not the cave people. And I don't really want to watch more. One thing
you don't have to watch more.
I was a fan of the constant game sounds sprinkled in all over. That was the right sort of goofy cheesy for me. Yeah, that goes all the way back to the Super Shows. They always did that.
Yeah.
Chronodin chimes in, Yoshi's a dinosaur. I think that's as far as the thinking went. King Koopa invents television as a plan to get the Mario Brothers. That's the synopsis for the episode. Somebody pitched this and it got approved. We're off to a great start, and I haven't watched a minute yet. Trashman jumps in, thank you. I can't tell you why, but the opening song voice actor is coming off as racist. Yes! Robbie Rockwell reminds me of the Smash TV guy. What the fuck is this wrestling match song? Is this the same racist voice actor? Oh.
No, sir. I don't like it.
I imagine if Miyamoto saw this, probably pretends it doesn't exist. I wonder if there's a Japanese dub and it's actually better. Oh boy. Yeah, this was rough. This was a rough one.
It was bad.
All right, so let's see. Last year's final rankings, because we did 10 last year. We're going to aim for a full 12 this year. But last year, the absolute dregs was Video Power Train Game, then the Battletoads pilot, then Dragon's Lair, Girl from Crow's Woods. In 7th, Darkstalker Samurai's Honor. In 6th, Pac-Man, The Day the Forest Disappeared. In 5th, Double Dragon, Heart of the Matter. In 4th, Mortal Kombat Defender of the Realms, The Secret of Quan Chi. In 3rd, Mega Man Bot Transfer. In 2nd, Legend of Zelda, Underworld Connections. And in 1st place was Earthworm Jim, Evil in Love. So we can take
Boy, that was not a good year.
I don't think there's gonna be a good year. All right, so Battletoads is a one and done, so I can take that off the list. I'm gonna grab all these. We gotta make a new wheel of names. We're gonna make a new selections here. So I'm gonna get rid of all these, and we're gonna put. I gotta put all these suckers back in there.
Where would this have gone on that list?
On that,
was this worse than the Video Power episode? I think it was. I think this would have been the worst one.
Yeesh.
Battletoads was fucking awful, and I liked that better than this.
Was atrocious. I think the only thing that puts this over Video Power is the Vanilla Ice joke. I think it would have come in just above it. Because there is a single redeeming quality.
There was one bit where I went, I Peter Griffined at least once.
All right, so I can take off Super Mario World because we watched that one. So let's get Super Mario World on the list. It's okay. I'll do that later. All right, let's spin the wheel. What is the next show we're gonna watch?
Spin the wheel, make a deal.
Wheel of Morality. Turn. Give us the lesson that we should learn. Oh! It's Mega Man! All right.
All right, at least we'll have something
fantastic. Yep.
Watchable.
Let's find out which episode. Let's go to the Plex, bring up Mega Man. Oh, that's exciting. I'm glad we're going to get something to wash the flavor of this atrocity out of our mouths.
Mega Man.
All right, let's see. Shuffle. There we go. All right, the episode we're going to be watching is Season 2, Episode 9, Campus Commandos.
Oh, I've seen a movie called Campus Commandos. I don't think this is going to be similar.
I would doubt it. All right, everybody, that's our opening segment, the opening salvo, as it were. Starting off on a real
war
low
on your senses.
Oh, we are going to take ourselves a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to catch up with week-old news. You're listening to the Stone Age Gamer podcast from geekade.com. Stick around.
Super Mario World, you got to move fast.
Do you miss the days when you'd get a fresh issue of Nintendo Power in the mail every month? It was stacked with reviews, previews, and all manner of cool new stuff about the world of Nintendo, and it even came with a free poster. Well, you don't have to miss those days anymore because Nintendo Force is here. Functioning as a spiritual successor to Nintendo's classic magazine, Nintendo Force is staffed with top-notch writing talent, and me for some reason, to deliver fresh new reviews, previews, and more right to your door every other month. And yes, posters are still included, except ours are double-sided. So if you want the thrill of learning all about the world of Nintendo in physical format, head on over to NintendoForceMagazine.com and learn all about it. Nintendo Force Magazine, the force of Nintendo fans.
We are Safe at Home, the leading dog rescue in the heart of New Jersey. Are you searching for a loyal companion, a dog that will bring love and joy to your home? Look no further than Safe at Home. At Safe at Home, we believe in giving every dog a second chance. We rescue, rehabilitate, and find loving forever homes for dogs in need, right here in the Garden State. Our dogs are ready to make a lasting impact on your life. Each one has a unique story, a wagging tail, and an incredible capacity for love. When you adopt from Safe at Home, you're not just gaining a pet, you're becoming a part of our family. Our dedicated team ensures a seamless adoption process, providing ongoing support and guidance. With New Jersey's beautiful parks, beaches, and trails, you and your new furry friend will have endless opportunities for adventures and cherished memories. Safe at Home relies on the support of compassionate individuals like you. Your donations and volunteer work enable us to continue saving lives and finding forever homes for these amazing dogs. Join us in creating a safer, happier community for dogs in New Jersey. Together we can make a difference and give every dog the chance to feel safe at home. Visit our website or call us now to learn about how you can be a part of the Safe at Home mission. Safe at Home, because every dog deserves to be loved and protected. www.safeathomerescue.org.
All right, everybody, we're back. We have taken a break. We've washed the smell of Super Mario World out of our mouths. Can you wash the smell out of your mouth?
Yes, that's how that works.
Myself, some hot chocolate in my Tetris mug, so I can warm up with a nice warm beverage while we're talking about stuff that happened. Because it's time for my favorite segment and your favorite segment, everyone's favorite segment. Strap yourselves in for week-old news. Welcome to week-old news, where we talk about all the news that was new a week ago. And first up, this is a weird story.
Yeah.
Still not sure I completely understand it. So GameSpot reports Nintendo shifts blame for Dispatch Switch version censorship as players request refunds. So the story at first was that Dispatch got censored on Switch, and of course the headlines are all written to be clickbait, and they're all like, Nintendo censored Dispatch because Nintendo censors things. And I'm looking at like, now wait a second. Nintendo used to censor things. Now they don't give a solitary fuck. I mean, there's hentai all over the eShop. Like, so something's not adding up here. So I kind of ignored this story because I figured it would just go away. But then Nintendo commented on it, and that's where I get really confused. The statement, so this is coming from the GameSpot article. Nintendo released a statement denying that it was directly responsible for this decision. The statement per Go Nintendo reads, quote, Nintendo requires all games on its platforms to receive ratings from independent organizations and to meet our established content and platform guidelines. While we inform partners when their titles don't meet our guidelines, Nintendo does not make changes to partner content. We also do not discuss specific content or the criteria used in making these determinations.
I mean, but you do, though. Like, they have censored games in the past.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. They
I know,
doing
but
that. They don't do that anymore, like, at all. Almost to the... just think of it, during the Switch generation, we've had several stories of things getting censored on PlayStation that weren't censored on Switch. Like, they went so far in the other direction that Nintendo's just like, fuck it. Put whatever on our system.
That's fine.
At the time of the Switch release, Dispatch developer Ad Hoc stated that it, quote, worked with Nintendo to ensure the content within the title met the criteria to release on their platforms, but the core narrative and gameplay experience remained identical to the original release. But after Nintendo's statement, who to blame for covering Dispatch's naughty bits up is unclear. And pointing out double standards, as games like Cyberpunk 2077 have released on Nintendo platforms without such censorship, but it's worth mentioning that, at least in the case of Cyberpunk, there are distinct regional versions of certain games. The Japanese version of Cyberpunk, rated Z by Japanese rating board 0, lacks nudity and extreme gore. So the theory here is that it may be that Ad Hoc decided against releasing regional versions of Dispatch, opting to submit just one version of the game to the Nintendo eShop as a cost-effective measure. Whatever the case, Nintendo fans were flummoxed by the lack of any disclosure about the content restrictions until right when the port launched in January 28th. That sounds like the one that makes the most sense to me, that they created one version that met the ratings across the board and then just released that worldwide. It's still weird. This whole thing's weird. Like, this is a weird story.
It is a weird story.
Like, how did this... I guess you don't really hear about high-profile games with censorship in them that often.
Right. But, like, if it's self-censorship, like...
they censor. Like,
ultimately, if that's what it is...
At the end of the day, Nintendo didn't do it. They're allowed to change their game whenever they want. It's just, like... to adhere to Japanese censorship things, like... That's still weird. It's such a weird story.
It is. You know, it's not a weird story, though. It was just a story that we're going to talk about just seemingly forever now. Nintendo Life reports that Google's Project Genie is basically a huge plagiarism tool. So when will Nintendo's legal ninjas strike? Or have they been in touch already? Like, so Google... they are really in on AI.
Oh my god!
And like, yeah, they're really in on AI, and they have a new tool called Project Genie. It is a generative AI tool where you are able to create playable-ish gaming worlds, and it's stolen. I mean, it's just all stolen. Like the video that's shared here in this article is, I mean, it's not Breath of the Wild, but it is AI slop-generated Breath of the Wild. You know, like, you can very clearly see that this was not made by Nintendo, but it is certainly inspired by the games that Nintendo made. The character that is in there is you know, Wink. Might not be Link, but it's definitely Wink. He's in there. Like, it's just, I don't know how worried we need to be about this kind of thing yet, right? because yes, it created a game world that you can somewhat run around. But there's no game here. There's not actually anything you can do. But with how quickly technology moves forward, what are we, 6 months away from it being like, make Grand Theft Auto 7? Here it is. You know?
It may not be any good, but
it'll be out before Grand Theft Auto 6, which maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Maybe that was actually
good enough
all right
for people without standards. Just to kind of what you're saying about it being not something we might not need to worry about. This next article was reassuring. Directly connected to the one that you just read. Time Extension reports, quote, built on theft and plagiarism, a growing number of game developers are sick to death of generative AI. So the stats in this made me really happy. The study reveals that the number of games industry professionals actively using generative AI has risen slightly since 2021, from 31% to 33%. However, the overall vibe about the controversial tech has shifted somewhat more dramatically. 2 years ago, 18% of respondents said that they thought generative AI is having a negative impact on the game industry, while this year's survey, that figure has risen to 52%. Last year, the figure sat at 30%. So that the number of people that are wising up to AI being bad is growing. Another said that, quote, I'd rather quit the industry than use generative AI. While someone else revealed the standing rule within their studio. If one of us brings up using Gen AI in any of our work, then it's safe to assume that we've been assimilated by the thing and should be burned alive by Kurt Russell.
I understood that reference. Yeah, no, it is definitely a good thing to see.
Yeah.
The problem is that they're not the ones making the decision.
Exactly. Like, you've got the corporate overlords are saying we need to use this so that we can get rid of you. And then all of the people that they're forcing to use this tool that they don't want to use are like, this is terrible. This, like so many other things in our current society, is just heading towards a real nasty place.
It really is. It just really fucking is. Like, there is, and we're not certainly going to go too deep into it, because this really isn't the proper forum for that. But everything that happened with Grok and Twitter and kids, and we can just kind of leave it there. Like, if you think that shit's not going to start showing up, like like it's already there. You know, like there's just it's fucking dangerous, man. It's irresponsible. Like, getting beyond
right
all
now,
the, like...
Again, not even talking about the specifics, but the news right now, there are major serious outlets, reporting images from crime scenes that have been enhanced by AI that then show things that are different from reality.
Yeah, like, that's just not fucking okay.
Like, that's not accurate anymore. Like, this is not a depiction of what actually happened or even what this person looks like. It's just not. It's
like we're going so
dangerous.
We're going so far beyond like having to scroll past all the tralalelo, tralila, bongadio, babadio, whatever fucking Italian brain rot bullshit games on the PlayStation Store. Like, we're so far fucking past that into like what's actually dangerous about this. And when we talk about it, you know, when we look at and weigh, you know, like, here's some of the positives that AI can be used for and different things that it can do and where it could be helpful. The danger is in the creative aspect of it. Mm-hmm. That has always been like for me, that's always been the biggest thing. Like, using AI to like look up information or to help with a math, but like it's really not all that different than being like, hey Google, and then Google just told me what the fuck it was anyway. Like, there's some similar, you know, there's enough to where I can be like, all right, it's fine. Once you get into that creative aspect, though, that's where you start to just get into this fucking dangerous place. And also because most of us, and I'm including you and me in this, Kris, because I guarantee you there are things that we have seen and been like, oh, that's fucking weird. And like, it wasn't actually reality, and it may have taken us a minute or two to be like, oh no, okay, I see where that's right, and we're fucking looking for it. So if we're actively aware and looking for this stuff, what is my fucking aunt, who can't fucking sync her watch to her phone, but she could certainly scroll through the TikToks and like look at videos, and she doesn't fucking know what Sora is, It's fucking dangerous. It's scary, man. I don't care for it.
Yeah. I agree. It's not great. So let's move on to some happier news. Dan, what's our next story?
What I do care for, though, Chris, is that Push Square tells us that God of War, the TV show, has recruited its Thor and Odin actors. So Kratos, as we know, is going to be played by the wonderfully bearded Ryan Hurst. We know that Sif is going to be played by Teresa Palmer. Heimdall is going to be played by Max Parker. Just the other day, we got Thor as Olafur Dari Olafsson. He is a really scary fucking dude on Severance. He is a giant fucking dude. And if you've watched Severance, he's like the enforcer for the company. Like, he's a really big fucking scary dude. But then Thor or Odin is going to be played by fucking Mandy Patinkin, who's like legit one of the greatest actors of our time. Has been in nothing but amazing shit, and it gives me a lot of hope for this show because Mandy Patinkin doesn't need the paycheck. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he does things.
He's done it all.
And he does things now that are interesting, that are good, that he wants to do. And I'm really, really getting excited for this show. Mandy Patinkin as that particular version of Odin, I think is going to be really, really interesting.
So there was just a new update on this whole ad hoc dispatch situation. Apparently they're working on... We're already working with Nintendo on a path forward. While we can't make any specific promises just yet, we're confident we'll be able to push an update to address at least some of the censored content. I'll get ahead of it now and say that between dev time and the console submission process, we're talking weeks, not days.
That's right. Tits are back on the menus, boys.
Just
or penis? I don't know what
from,
was censored.
Nintendo. I don't either.
Sure.
Just minutes ago, we shared a story featuring a lengthy comment from Ad Hoc Studio, the team behind Dispatch, explaining how the censorship came to be. Nintendo content guidelines prevented it. Let's see. Dispatch on both Switch and Switch 2 has been censored in a number of ways. When opening up the Dispatch settings menu on PC and PS5, there are censorship toggles for replaced licensed music, visual censorship, and profanity censorship. On Switch and Switch 2, the visual censorship toggle is completely missing, meaning visual censorship is always on. This results in multiple scenes where nudity is covered up by black boxes. Furthermore, there's at least one scene where a character is moaning during a sex scene that has been muted. This censorship came as a surprise to Nintendo fans looking forward to the game, and in the days following launch, we've seen a ton of pushback online along with plenty of refund requests. We've also seen developer Ad Hoc and Nintendo share statements on the matter, but they were vague enough to not really explain the situation completely. Thankfully, we now have full insight into the matter. Oh boy, this is
it's a whole thing.
Yeah, let's see. Initially, it was assumed, like some of you, that because games like Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk are on the platform with similar types of uncensored mature content, Dispatch would be allowed to do the same. During the porting process, it became clear that was not the case, so we asked that we include a disclaimer on the store page to inform customers that content would be different than on other platforms. We worked with Nintendo to get storefront language approved. The keep... Huh. as Nintendo states, any game that's going to be... I know I'm just reading from an article, but I find this fascinating. Needs to meet Nintendo's established content and platform guidelines. This is the key point. Nintendo has content guidelines. Our game didn't meet those guidelines, so we made changes that would allow us to release on their platform. That's what happened here. Honestly, we thought this would be obvious since we're the devs that released fully uncensored version of the game on other platforms.
Yeah.
Where we absolutely need to take full ownership is the placement of that disclaimer. Again, it was our intent to go out of our way to tell people looking to buy the game that the content was censored. While we didn't have complete control over the language, we did have control over the placement. Wires got crossed and we put the disclaimer in the field literally titled Disclaimer instead of the About the Game section. We didn't catch this until after the launch. We saw people saying we should have called out the changes on the store page. We wanted to make sure that it was there. It technically has been the entire time, just in the absolute worst spot that makes it look like we were trying to hide it. This is 100% our mistake, and it was fixed in the Americas store pages a few hours after launch to give it more visibility. We've also added a disclaimer before purchase. As of writing this, the other regions have either published this change or are in the process of review. Huh. That's so weird. I wonder what the difference is. Like, why is this game censored and other games aren't? That's what I don't understand. But I don't know enough about this game to say for sure.
I don't either.
Because, like, this is weird. Because, again, like, we've seen things be censored on PlayStation that weren't censored on Nintendo. So what is it that's not meeting these guidelines? That's so bizarre. What a weird story. Anyway.
I do have some breaking news, Chris, that I do know that you are going to care about.
Breaking news.
It's been... I mean, I'm just going to read his tweet. Mr. Vin Diesel has just put out this tweet, Chris. No one said the road would be easy, but it's ours. One that has defined us and become our legacy. And a legacy lasts forever. March 17th, 2028. Fast forever.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I posted that in the A Theater Near You chat around 3 o'clock this afternoon. To which Greg responded with a Vin Diesel joke. Did you know Vin Diesel only eats 2 meals a day? Breakfast and Breakfurious.
It's outstanding. It's outstanding. I love that. That's real good.
That's a long time. When was Fast X or whatever the hell that last one was? That was
few years
insane.
ago.
Yeah, it was a few years ago at least, because that was when we watched all the Fast and Furious movies. Like, I watched them all 15 minutes at a time for the podcast, and it was amazing.
Yeah, that's one of, like, living my life a quarter mile at a time, or whatever the fuck you were calling that. That was real good. That was very funny.
2023. Wow, that was 2023. So it was already 3 years ago. So it'll be 5 years between Fast X, like the to be continued of whether or not Dom survived an exploding dam that Jason Momoa blew up on him. And then Gal Gadot was on a submarine, even though she was dead. The movie was ridiculous, and I don't even remember most of it.
Yeah.
Fast forever. My God. Take your time, guys. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Anyways, moving on. Time Extension reports that 32X version of Virtual Racing has been decompiled. This is just one of those stories in the game preservation universe that I don't truly understand. It's just that so the 32X version of Virtual Racing Deluxe is a pretty solid port. It was probably like the best version of it that you could get at the time if you were into virtual racing, which I've never really been into virtual racing, but the 32X one looked real nice. If it's decompiled means that you can make native ports on like PC and whatnot and mess with it and do all kinds of stuff. So that's super cool that we're probably gonna see neat updated versions of virtual racing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean, the more that these games can get decompiled and native ports can be pushed to PC, the better the preservation is going to be.
Yeah.
Like, full stop. Like, beyond all the other cool stuff that can happen with it. if you are someone who is concerned about like game preservation and not losing this shit to time, this is a good thing. And the more that this happens, the better it is.
Yeah, and it's really cool technical work, like getting all this done. It's utterly fascinating to me.
Yeah. It is very,
there's
cool.
like a really good version of Virtual Racing that they put on Switch, I think. It's like a native port or something that just looks and plays just like the arcade one, but runs at 60 FPS. It's weird. No. I've never really gotten Virtual Racing. It just never really clicked with me. But, other people like it a lot. And this is a thing that happened.
Not enough to keep the Dreamcast alive.
Well, this was before the Dreamcast days.
No, I know. It's just always fun to throw a little dig in there and get people upset and in their feelings. Time Extension reports that the Strong Museum of Play acquires comprehensive collection of Atari materials. The Strong Museum of Play is in Rochester, New York. We know a guy. And they have announced the acquisition of a comprehensive collection of Atari materials about Atari's home computer and console divisions from the early 1970s through the 2000s. The collection belonged to Kurt Vendel, a historian, engineer, and founder of the Atari Museum, who passed away unexpectedly in 2020 at 53. So his collection that has things like the 2600 television interface adapter chip, the redesigned Atari 2800, a Japanese version of the 2600, which was a Japanese version of the 2600, the unreleased Jaguar 2, like all this really cool, like interesting Atari stuff is now going to be on display in Rochester, New York, because the East Coast is better than everywhere else.
I love this story. That's I don't love that guy died, but it's really neat that this stuff's all going to a museum. It's just wonderful.
No, that's awesome. Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what comes out of it. Like, just what new information is going to come out of the museum having this stuff and pouring through all of it and making it a little bit more public than it used to be. That's just awesome. Speaking of awesome, Nintendo Life reports Keiji Inafune's Mighty No. 9 studio concept is finished. It was officially dissolved earlier this month.
It was officially dissolved as soon as they released Mighty No. 9. They just didn't tell anybody, unfortunately.
Like, talk about spending your goodwill.
Oh, just throwing it the fuck away.
Just absolutely dunking it in the toilet. They stuck around. Like, you gotta give them that. They did stick around.
Yeah.
Apart from my number 9, the studio helped with games like Soul Sacrifice and Recore.
Yep.
But yeah, this was the second coming of Mega Man. This was going to be what we all wanted since Capcom was refusing to give us Mega Man, and just.
Well, it was
we're
just
going to make a cartoon. We're going to make a spin-off series. The game's going to be fine, and we're going to
cart
build
before
this
the fucking horse, man.
Exactly. It was just it really broke my heart. I wanted to love this game, and then it was just fine at best.
I tried. It wasn't. It wasn't even that though. It sucks. It sucks.
Some good ideas, but
it's unplayable.
The character designs, especially on Wii U. That's where I played it was on Wii U, and it was just it was brutal.
It's unacceptable, man. And it was part of that time where like Igarashi broke away and Kojima broke away and Inafune broke away, and it was like
Toe Jam and Earl. Like, it was just like
and it was we're finally gonna get like creators doing the thing that we want them to do. That's fucking awesome.
We're gonna get Ukulele,
and then it was like, maybe the corporations. Fuck! Don't make me say that maybe they need to exist.
Well, there's a certain degree of quality control and stuff that comes with these larger projects, especially when you. But then you get indie projects that don't work like that. You get stuff like Shovel Knight, where it's like, no, this is exactly what it should have been. Really, all just comes down to the studios. I mean, you can say what you will about Bloodstained, but you can't say that they didn't put their all into it. You know?
Oh yeah,
I didn't.
And
love
I like
Bloodstained. I like it, but I don't love it. It's just
I don't love it the way that
Castlevania something.
Yeah,
but Mighty Number 9.
I just need a sexy blonde with a whip. That's what I'm into.
Don't we all? Anyway,
I mean, and we'll see.
You broke my heart.
As it has been emblazoned here across my nips. We'll see where this Echo the Dolphin reboot goes. You know how much I can't wait.
Listeners, Dan is wearing an Echo the Dolphin t-shirt that was gifted to him because you guys are all awesome, and
you really are.
He now has to wear an Echo the Dolphin shirt.
He does. Beautiful. He's worn it twice this week. Anyway, Go Nintendo reports something that we had speculated on. The Disney Afternoon Collection comes to Switch and Switch 2 February 26th, 2026, but now includes Goof Troop and Bonkers, but not for anybody else.
Yeah, that was the follow-up story, is that it's just this new version on Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. Which is really confusing, but it's got to have something to do with like what we were talking about last week. It's like all the names involved, Capcom and Disney and now Atari are involved because this is a Digital Eclipse joint. So it was probably like, all right, this version of the contract is done. We can make a new version, but it has to be its own unique thing.
Right.
And since the Disney Afternoon Collection is still available on the other platforms, they can't update it or something. I don't know.
Some weird. So anyway, this is going to
published it on the other platforms, but Capcom's not publishing it on Switch and Switch 2. It's Atari.
Atari is, which is just.
It's so weird. I mean, Atari owns Digital Eclipse, but they're Capcom Disney games.
Yeah.
This is so weird. It doesn't matter. I'm glad that it's happening, and it does kind of matter. I don't know much about Bonkers, but I know Goof Troop has like some very important video game history involved. It's like got pieces of Resident Evil in it. This is a Shinji Mikami game. Yeah,
wild.
It's crazy. But the most important thing is that the DuckTales and the other stuff like the Darkwing Duck, they're going to finally be on Switch and Switch 2. And
this collection will have Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 2, DuckTales, DuckTales 2, Darkwing Duck. When you're in trouble, you call DW. Tailspin, Goof Troop, and Bonkers. I mean, it's a really, really solid collection of games. You can also go to Atari.com. There's a bunch of other retailers you can go to, and you can pre-order physical copies of this. It's a pretty sweet collection. I will forever be bummed out that this collection does not include the remake of DuckTales, and I will even be furthermore bummed out that we never got DuckTales 2 done that way.
Yeah.
I find that to be just...
I assume DuckTales Remastered is going to get re-released on its own someday. That's going to be its own package. That's not going to be in a collection. There's just
I hope so.
way.
And I hope it comes with DuckTales 2 Remastered.
Never going to happen.
It needs to.
Not a chance.
It needs to.
I would love it if they would go through that process again, but I can't imagine they would. DuckTales 2 doesn't have the same cash as the original DuckTales did.
But fuck.
And you'd have to also, the voices wouldn't be able to match anymore. Like, I think that ship sailed. I honestly do, which is a bummer, but DuckTales 2 isn't as good a game as DuckTales 1. I think DuckTales Remastered itself is magic. It was lightning in a bottle, and I'm fine with it. But if that's ever going to get re-released, it's never going to be on a collection. It's going to be its own release, and that's fine.
Yeah,
because it deserves
that is fine. It is a great fucking
But this,
game.
I don't think there's anything else you could add to this. The only thing that this is really missing as far as video games based on Disney Afternoon stuff is Gargoyles, but they just re-released that solo for some fucking reason.
And Gargoyles is such a different thing than this.
Right, there is a different kind of thing, but it was very much the Disney Afternoon. And
it was, but it's a very different vibe.
The Gargoyles game... Gargoyles Remastered. Like, this it was such a weird thing that this was just, we're going to remaster this Sega Genesis game, and that's it.
Yeah. That's not a very good game. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. And
it
sell
sucks.
it on its own. Like,
yeah, it's not good.
The original version should have been included on this. That's all I'm saying. They should have put the original 16-bit version on the Disney Afternoon Collection, because it's the Disney Afternoon Collection. God damn it.
It is.
That's better than the Ren and Stimpy Happy Joy Collection. Like,
yeah, I didn't even put that on
one,
here because like, who cares?
Oh, exactly. None of these games.
Those games are terrible.
It's got Space Cadet Adventures, Vidiots, Buckaroos, Time Warp, and Fire Dogs. I don't know how many of those I have played, but I know that every Ren and Stimpy game I've ever played, I did not care for at all. So,
but this is what happens when people buy the Bill and Ted collection, because those games suck too. Those games are terrible.
Those were worse than the Ren and Stimpy ones. That was.
But this is what I'm saying. People bought that.
Night Trap over and over. Night Trap is terrible.
People make me angry.
I'm sure somebody has nostalgia for this Ren and Stimpy collection, but like that one stuck out.
Sure.
Of me. Like, what are we doing? That's just nuts.
Anyway, so sorry I stole that second story, but I am happy that you get to read this because I lied. I did add this one, and this makes me really happy.
Push Square reports voting is now open on Mega Man Dual Override's boss design competition, and I'm sad that I didn't enter mine. Capcom is busy plugging away its upcoming action platformer Mega Man Dual Override, but it's delegated one job to the fans. So yeah, let's see. Where can we see these? Submissions closed a while ago. Capcom has now shortlisted 20 of the best fan-made designs. Do they have these posted yet?
They do. Yep, it's on this website, the CapcomGames.com. It's linked to in the article.
Wow,
it does make
great.
So these designs are great. What infuriates me is that they have them. They're not numbered designs. They're lettered designs, and they stop at the letter T. Like, you could have just picked 6 more, you fucking dickheads.
Wow, these are really interesting takes, and so much better than anything I would have come up with. These are so much better than anything I would have come up with.
What I really like about
Nintendo Force with these, but
yeah, what I really like about the images that are posted here you can see that some of these are like digital art, and you can see that some of these were like fans drawing in a notebook.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like, this feels very old school to me.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of the old Nintendo Power one. This is Maestro, man. That's cool.
There is a theme, though. I don't know if you're noticing it, Kris, but almost every one of these characters has, like, a long, extendy arm.
That was a rule.
Oh, okay, fuck. I missed that part. Never mind. I take it back. I sound like an asshole.
We're looking
Edit that out so I sound
robot
smart.
Master who has a right arm with immense suction powers. And they gave a like a basic overview of, like, these are the basic parameters of what you're supposed to look like. And the right arm needed to have, like, a long hose situation, and it was supposed to have something suction related. Those were the guidelines for the contest.
See, I didn't even read it because I wasn't going to enter or anything, but, like, Battleman up there threw me off because he doesn't really have the same thing.
He's got a nose on his, like, it's an elephant nose that's got the immense suction power.
But it's not long the way some of these other. I really quite
less
like
hosey. It's fascinating.
Yeah, I like Sweeper Woman. I'm kind of into Sweeper Woman. I dig Recycle Man, because a lot of these are like Vacuum or Cleaner Man, or like very similar to that. Although Vacuum Man's
I like this
good.
Vacuum Man that's got Roombas that he can send out. I think that's really clever.
That's pretty fun. I like that. I like Cactus Man. I don't know why Cactus can suck, but but I don't know. Yeah, this is really cool. People should go on and vote.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to vote. We're doing, so like in Nintendo Force, Lucas wanted us all to come up with our own designs, and I still haven't done it because I'm terrible at drawing. But he wanted us all to do it. He wanted, if our kids wanted to do it, they should do it too. And like my kids were all into it until I told them that there were those parameters. Like it had to be suction based with a long arm. And they're like, never mind. That doesn't inspire me. And honestly, it took a lot of the wind out of my sails in the project too. But man, seeing what other people came up with, these are really great. Juggle Man, I like that. Velt Man.
I'm going to submit, since they all have to be suck-based, I'm going to design a Fleet Week Man. And, just go...
Fleshlight Man.
There it was! I was trying to be a little bit more subtle. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, no, these are really cool. I like Juggle Man a lot. I like this Valve Man that's on here too, like an evil firefighter.
That's great.
Like in the suction. It's not really suction though. Like I know he's sucking the water out and like spitting it out of his head. Oh, it's a cool design. I dig it. Maestro Man.
All right,
yeah,
what's
this
next,
is really
Dan?
cool. Anyway, sorry. I'm gonna sit here thinking about Suck Man all night. IGN reports that fans decry heavy image sharing restrictions for Tamagotchi life, living the dream that Nintendo says are necessary to ensure fun and safe gameplay, because that's what I want a bunch of out-of-touch adults defining for me is what is both fun and safe. Yeah, tell me about this story, Chris. I didn't read about this. I didn't watch the direct. I don't
really care about Tamagotchi life. So apparently they're blocking like the any sort of real direct sharing of screenshots that you can do.
Okay.
Like the normal way that you can share screenshots, they're not letting you do that because there's a lot of... You can basically make whatever you want in the game.
Okay.
So if you want to have like a me of Hitler and Donald Trump falling in love and going on dates, you can do that. And Nintendo doesn't want any part of that directly showing up on social media, I suppose.
Okay.
But that's the game. That's what's gonna like. That's
the whole.
Sharing
the whole point.
The ridiculous things that you can do in Tamagotchi life, as far as I understand, is the point of Tamagotchi life. Sharing those kind of ridiculous situations you come up with your friends is the point of it. I don't really get it. It doesn't do anything for me, so...
Yeah. I mean, so a lot...
Like,
there was a lot of the responses seem to be that sort of thing, right? Like, people posting here, social media was going to shoot this into the stratosphere. Instead, they killed it. Very disappointing. Wasn't this like the reason people were into Tamagotchi life the last time? Being able to share goofy images with friends. Sure, you could be gay and non-binary, but you better not show anyone.
Well, that was the story before this, was like, when the original Tamagotchi life came out on 3DS, everyone was like, what the fuck, why can't you be gay? Like, that's not cool, Nintendo. And Nintendo
that is not cool, Nintendo.
Nintendo made a statement. They were like, look, if we ever make another one of these, you will be allowed to do that, we promise. And they made good on that. That was one of the things they showed off first in this Nintendo Direct, was just like, be as queer as you want, be as non-binary, whatever. It's like, it's all in here, go nuts. They made good on that, and I commend them for that. But then someone somewhere along the way was just like, you know what we probably shouldn't do in the interest of not getting into social media trouble and damaging our brand is put limitations on this. And there's no winning in that situation. Like, I would err on the side of freedom of speech. Like, I would err on the side of, like, no, let people do what people are going to do. Like, you didn't make Hitler. You made a game where somebody could theoretically do that, but, you know, you made Mario Maker as well, and you can do all kinds of weird shit in there, too. But,
freedom of speech is not an amendment anywhere else but the United States. So,
like, I almost get it, but also, like, I think they should have erred in the other direction. I think they should have It's not like people aren't going to be able to share screenshots. They just made it that much more difficult. Like, they just made it, it's not direct. It's not as easy as it is in other games. So it's like,
right.
I don't think it's as hyperbolic as the people saying that they've killed it, but they've also kind of shot it in the foot.
Chris, hold
hyperbole on the internet?
Hold on. Wait a second. Wait. Are you you're suggesting that the internet may have collectively overreacted or overinflated a story?
I know. It's weird.
I find that hard to believe, as they've literally never done that ever before.
Ever. Literally.
Ever. Literally.
Yeah, I mean, look. This is weird because it's happening at the same time as the dispatch censorship thing, you know?
Right.
Like, this is just a bunch of weird, unfortunate censorship-related news coming out of Nintendo, and I don't know how much they're directly involved in it. Like, this one is all their decision, and it's like, okay, but this is similar. This is reminding me of the whole, like, delaying Advance Wars thing. Like, I get it, I do, but
I get it.
I kind of feel like
why?
this game's. I kind of feel like you didn't need to do that, and now you're shooting this game in the foot. But look, none of this matters. It don't matter. None of this matters.
None of this matters.
None of this matters because we got a new trailer for Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics.
Yeah, we did.
While there are still unanswered questions, this is marvelous. We got, some specific dates. February 17th. We're getting a bunch of games right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What are the games that are coming on day one?
I feel like for the Virtual Boy, it should be all of them on day one.
Well, you know what? That's what I thought initially, but then they changed things. They changed the game, Dan, and I was high on this for days. So they went over a couple of the things. You're going to be able to change the controls. You're going to be able to rewind. That's great. It's cool that they're adding all this stuff. The menu system is all in red and black too, which I find hilarious. Instead of black and white, like it's just they went in all in on the red, which is great. But also, I'm looking at this, and I swear to God, I don't know why they're not letting us know if you can play these games in 2D for like definite. But either way. They showed off the games that were coming out earlier, right? You've got Galactic Pinball, 3D Tetris, Tellero Boxer, Virtual Boy Wario Land, Innsmouth, Golf, Red Alert. Not Red Alert. Yeah, it is Red Alert. Red Alarm? Red Alarm. Red Alert.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Red Alarm. And then they showed like the new features, but then games coming in 2026. Very strange. Mario's Tennis is not going to be there at launch. That was the pack-in game for the system. Strange that that's not there.
Yeah.
Jack Brothers. The Space Invaders. What is it? Space Invaders. I'm just going to hit play. Go ahead. Space Invaders Virtual Collection. That one's pretty neat. Virtual Bowling, which is solid bowling. Vertical Force is good. V-Tetris is great. And this is where I lost my fucking mind. Previously unreleased games.
That is very cool. The thing about the Virtual
Boy is, there was a bunch of stuff in the works for it, but the system failed so colossally that a ton of games got canceled, and we're never going to know what they all were. But the fact that there were a handful of games that were reported to be done, like these games were ready to go out the door and then they just got pulled back, was always heartbreaking to me. Two of those games.
Because what if those games would have saved it?
They definitely wouldn't have. Nothing could have saved it. But wouldn't it have been cool if they did? There were two games in particular that I saw ads for when I was younger, were Dragon Hopper and Bound High. And those two games I was very, 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 very interested in playing. And then I later found out about Zero Racers, which is a spin-off for F-Zero that was fully completed for the Virtual Boy. But again, screenshots at best. Like there was some off-camera footage of these games in existence, like Dragon Hopper in particular was so interesting to me but just they've never been leaked. Bound High did get leaked. Bound High, there's a fully playable version of it that people made it on cartridges and whatnot. I've played that game on a flash card. It's really, really cool. I'm devastated that it's not included here, and I'm so angry that it's not included in this, because I don't see any reason why it wouldn't have been, and Nintendo was going to be publishing it, and it's a genuinely great game. It's really, really fun. But they got to this point, I said, previously unreleased games, excuse the fuck out of me, Zero Racers? Lost my fucking mind. This is an F-Zero game that we never got. It's like an F-Zero flight game. And then they did the Dragon Hopper. It's called D-Hopper now for some reason, and I don't know why, but I don't care. Because
it's a very different game now, Kris.
Oh boy. This game looks so wild. So it looks like kind of an adventure game. Like you're this cute little dragon thing, and it's got like story elements and whatnot, and just seeing direct feed footage of this blew my fucking mind, because all I've ever seen was the off-screen footage from like trade shows, and there it is. It's really happening. I can't freaking believe it. It's coming. I'm gonna get to play Dragon Hopper in my lifetime. I will get to play Dragon Hopper, and then they threw on top of that, later this year, you're going to be able to change the screen color.
Which I think is actually the biggest thing.
That's huge. You just need to remove the eye shades in order to view them in the different colors, because the eye shades themselves are red. Right. Now, here's the thing. Remove the lens to use this feature. Not applicable for the Virtual Boy cardboard model for Nintendo Switch 2. Let's see. It says Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack membership required to access Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics collection of games. Now, this is where we're getting into the confusing territory, because they said
because Nintendo is bad at messaging.
I almost feel like they're being intentionally bad at messaging to try to sell more of the accessory, because they said, you know, you have to use these things in order to play the games. But then they posted on Twitter. Let me see if I can find that again. Where the hell is Twitter? Sorry, X.
It just looks so much better in black and white.
They really do.
It just really does.
Nintendo of America. Now, if we go to Nintendo of America's post about the Virtual Boy from a few days ago, scroll, lots of Tamagotchi life stuff, blah, 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 blah. Wow, they posted a lot about Tamagotchi life. Holy cats. Baby Waluigi. This is the Nintendo Music Wario. Okay, here we go. Members can now pre-purchase a Virtual Boy accessory which is needed to play the games in 3D. That doesn't say needed to play the games. It just says needed to play the games in 3D.
Right.
So,
which is an important distinction.
It is an important distinction, and there's like a bunch of people asking in the comments, okay, so does that mean it won't require that, like, we can play them in 2D on our TV screens? And Nintendo refuses to answer that question. I have to assume that we can do that. I want to in my heart of hearts, because that's what I want. I don't want to play these games pressing my face into a Virtual Boy. Like, I will.
It would just be so weird if you couldn't.
And it would be so Nintendo if you couldn't. Like, these games are definitely better in 3D. There is no question about it. I have played them on emulation, and I've played them on the original Virtual Boy, and they are better in 3D. There's no question about it. Except that it's very uncomfortable, and my eyes don't see it super well anymore. So just being able to sit back and play them in black and white on my TV, I will give up that three dimension. Because, like, the trailer's in 2D, and it looks fine. It's red, but it looks great. Teleru Boxer is such a cool looking game, no matter how you slice it. So
yeah,
the like Wario Land is just as good without the 3D effect. Virtual Boy Wario Land is just a damn good game. I can't wait to play it again, and I just hope that they don't put a senseless restriction preventing people from playing these games, because this is a great opportunity for people to play a bunch of neat stuff that they wouldn't be able to do otherwise.
Yeah.
That's been needlessly tied to a 3D effect that's not necessary for the games. Like it's
not necessary or relevant.
Yeah. Like Mario's Tennis. I will give Mario's Tennis is harder to play without the 3D effect on. But it's not impossible. I've played it on my TV through Shmemulation. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to play Dragon Hopper. I am going to get to play Dragon Hopper in my lifetime, and I just can't believe it. I am thrilled beyond belief. I do find it concerning that they're not using any of the box art, probably because there must be some sort of copyright. Somebody else must have used the term Dragon Hopper since they were going to release this.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, I was very happy.
Finally, Chris, every now and again, I think to myself, I'm pretty nerdy. And then I read stories like this and I go, oh, I'm fucking not. Part of the canned F-Zero game Zero Racers has been out there for years. We just didn't know it. Yada, yada, yada. We just talked about Zero Racers is coming off. F-Zero spinoff for the Game Boy. But apparently, Andrew Borman, on Blue Sky, said, thanks to someone on my YouTube channel for bringing it up, but apparently we've had part of Zero Racers, the upcoming previously unreleased VB game, for years. The song heard in the trailer plays in the Game Boy Color demo cart.
This is so wild.
The Game Boy Color demo cart has a piece of the Zero Racers music, and somebody was like, I know that shit, I recognize it, fuck yeah. And then it's the
exact same song, except playing out of a Game Boy Color instead of a Virtual Boy. And it's the full version. You just play this thing, and it's going, it's this song, and then this trailer came on, and that's the exact same song. It's so crazy. But Nintendo's done that kind of stuff in the past. What's it, there's music in the Nintendo World Championships competition cart that was repurposed in, what did that get reused for? They put it in an actual game. Oh, it was, that's right. The Hello Kitty game. They did Balloon Kid, but they made a Famicom version of Balloon Kid, and then they took music from the Nintendo World Championships, menu music, and made that the bonus level music instead of the balloon fight music. It's so weird, but Nintendo has a history of doing this kind of thing. If they'll make a good song, they'll put in another piece of software.
Don't get me wrong. I am not disparaging anybody by saying this. I'm just saying, I'm just not that observant. I'm not that deep into fucking anything, I guess. I would never, ever fucking pick up on something like that.
I would. And I did. I picked up on the Nintendo World Championship thing. I didn't read
many times?
I just did it.
How many times have we done our trivia episodes and I'm like, yeah, I fucking heard it. I couldn't tell you where it's from. I have no idea. And I guarantee you this dude was sitting there and he was like, fucking Game Boy demo cart. Got that shit right here. Gonna upload it real quick. Hold on a sec. I know he knew it fucking right away.
Immediately, without question.
Immediately, if not sooner. So
it's a thing of beauty.
It is. That's it, though, Chris. That was our final story.
This
was a slow week that we stretched into an hour.
We sure did, because we're terrible. With that, we're going to take ourselves another quick break, and when we come back, we're going to check in with Checkpoint, talk about what we've been playing, etc., etc. You're listening to the Stone Age Gamer podcast from Geekade.com. Stick around.
Hey, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Andy. Neither of us are David Crane, but we are the hosts of David Crane's Amazing Movie Time.
That's our monthly Geekade Patreon exclusive podcast that covers movies that are cult classics, weird, or just sometimes laughably bad.
We ourselves have at least 2 of those qualities, so I guess it makes sense to hear what we think of those movies in retrospect.
You can hear all that and more by becoming a Geekade Patreon supporter.
And, as always, be kind, rewind.
Hi everyone, Kris here. Podcast listening is free, but podcast creation is not. That's why the Geekade Patreon exists. In an effort to help us pay the bills, we've got a Patreon page set up where you can gain access to our monthly podcast topic schedule, get early access to many of our shows, and more. If you'd like to help support Geekade and keep these shows running week after week, head over to the Geekade Patreon page, linked in the show notes of this very podcast. All right, everybody, we're back. I took my hat off because I actually warmed up a little bit while getting heated about talking about video games and drinking hot chocolate.
I mean, so you can't see my breath anymore, but it's still fucking cold. So
right, yeah. You've generated enough body heat, and you have that candle burning. So
I do. Yeah, I mean, my adorable puppy dog peppermint hot cocoa does smell like it. It's very nice.
Don't drink it.
No, I already did. You know, it's fine.
All right, well, it is time to check in with the checkpoint.
Checkpoint!
This is where Dan and I talk about what's been going on, what we've been playing, what's been going on in our lives. We already kind of covered some of it. Like I did a couple of sledding trips. That was a lot of fun. The day that it snowed, I went outside and shoveled, and I took Ellie and the neighbors out to go sledding, and then we went again the next day where it was all ice, and there was this nice family there. They didn't really have any sleds. They were going down the hill and couch cushions, so I lent them
that's
our
awesome.
sleds. Yeah, we were leaving.
Oh, you made do, you know?
Yeah, they made do, and they were like, hey, do you think we could, like, borrow your sleds and, like, I could return them to you? I was like, yeah, man, absolutely. And, I said, you know, they returned them. They were nice folks. It was like they were a family with a bunch of little kids, and they were doing their best, and they had a lot of fun with the sleds, and it was super fun. And then everything hurts from all the shuffling I've been doing and breaking ice with a hammer and just beating it with whatever I can. I broke a cinder block.
Took John outside, started whacking him into the ice.
Yep, just beating it there.
Use your teeth. Come on, boy.
That was fun. So I did have a pretty okay game with, an okay week with video gaming, or at least a little bit more than I thought.
Okay.
I finished Adventure of Samsara, and it didn't quite stick the landing, as in the ending is almost nothing, which kind of bummed me out.
That sucks.
The last boss fight was pretty cool. I loved it up until the very end. I really did. I wrote my review. I gave it an 8 out of 10. It just got to the point where... No, go ahead.
I have not seen people love it that much.
I haven't seen people talk about it that much. I know... All I can say is that I loved it. Once it got its teeth into me, I couldn't put it down. I understand that it's got flaws, but I think that the good vastly outweighs the bad. I loved the vibe that it set up. I loved that it kept surprising me. It did that thing that I think the best Metroidvanias do, like Axiom Verge, where you see something, and like, for example, there are these ice walls, and so I think, okay, I'm going to get something that's going to let me melt the ice or break through the ice. And what that solution was, I did not see coming. It was a surprising new ability. That's cool. That I thought was very clever, and I love it when that kind of shit happens. I thought the bosses were very well designed. I think a lot of people don't like the plotting nature of it, and really it's just about being patient. It feels deliberate like that, and the combat really worked for me. Like, it just was a matter of, like, you're not going to do flashy ass combos. You have weight to you. And so when you're going to fight enemies, you just have to be patient and chip away at them to make them go away. What I don't understand is that I've seen this thing referred to as like a Souls-like. And I'm like, In what way?
So,
Like,
I mean, that's the
way?
intentionality of the boss fight, though. Like, where you're talking about, like, it's not necessarily about not doing the flashy combos and whatnot, but the thing with, like, the Bloodborne and Soul, whatever the fuck. I was going to say Soul Reaver, but that's not it. Dark Souls. Like, in games like that, is that, like, yes, you're doing a bunch of rolls and dodges and shit like that, and there is a lot of fancy fucking stuff or whatever. But it's also very intentional in what you do. You cannot just go in there flippity-dippity all around the fucking room, because you get smashed. And, like...
Is that what that means? Is a game that you just have to be careful in?
I mean, that's kind of how I take, like, a difficult game with very intentional combat.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was really good. I loved the cutscenes. Like I said, they look kind of like flashback, you know?
Yeah.
They're animated like that, with that kind of like really old look to them, and they very low frame rate. And it just worked for me. I loved all the connections to adventure. Like, you beat a dragon and get a key. You beat a dragon and get a magnet.
Yeah, I'm into that. That's cool.
And like, those things don't tie directly into the game. You get different items. You don't get the magnet, but you get different items. But like, you know, the bats are there, and they're still assholes, and they steal all your money. And it was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. Like, it definitely has flaws, and it's not for everybody. It's hard to recommend for everybody. But considering what it is, I think it really succeeded at doing what it did. And I said I couldn't put it down. I couldn't put it down. I just I wanted to keep going with it. And I really appreciated what it was doing, and I thought it was super fun. So,
I mean,
yay, adventure.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, I gave it the score that I think it deserved. I also, this week, remembered that I have a computer in my house that can play Steam games, so I went up to John's room and I downloaded the demo of Bubsy 4D. And it was interesting.
It was Bubsy 4D.
So, it didn't blow me away, but mechanically, right off the bat, it feels so much more fun to play than any Bubsy game. Like, not even close.
Not a high bar, but good.
Yeah, not a high bar, but yeah, still really solid. I think the problem that I had with it is that I don't know Steam all that well, and I'm using the 8-bit do Pro controller thing.
Yeah.
And the buttons didn't match, because like, it's registered, I think, on Steam as like an Xbox controller, but the buttons didn't match. So like, X isn't X. And like, I just couldn't get a hang of like what button they were telling me to press to do the various things. And the camera is, it needs a little bit of work, I think. But all in all, like, his voice is kind of okay. Like, the voice isn't quite so shrill. So like, listening to him talk really isn't so bad. The cutscenes there were too many cutscenes, I think, in the beginning, like before you actually get to it, but they weren't terribly annoying. And like, his voice is actually kind of charming in this one. Like, when you do a little flutter jump thing, like, he has a Yoshi style flutter jump, and he sometimes makes this little like yoo-hoo noise. Like, I don't know. I thought it was kind of charming. I was really into it. I'm very hopeful that the final release is going to feel really good. I pre-ordered the Switch 2 version, because how could I not? But I actually have high hopes. Like, this is a really interesting place for this mascot to be. This is one of those things that you want to see happen, right? Because we talk all the time about like good things getting remade and remastered, and what they should be doing is taking bad things that had good ideas and then making new good versions of it. That's what you want to see. Yeah. And that's kind of what this is. The history of this character is so weird.
Yeah. I'm annoyed there's not a Mac OS version. That I find that frustrating, because like, I don't want to put this on my Steam Deck.
It's small. It goes real quick.
No, I know. I just don't want it there. I just don't want to have it on there.
Could always delete it.
I could, but I'll know. It was there.
It will always be tainted. So I
it'll
spent a
always
bunch of
just
time in there's a
feel-
tutorial area that's kind of boring. I felt like the tutorial area went on a little bit too long.
Okay.
And it's really boring looking. But then I got to play like maybe 5 minutes of the first like actual level, and that started to feel pretty good. That was where I kind of could see where the game was going.
Okay.
It's got an interesting personality. Personality.
Yeah, no, I heard it. I heard it, and I just
purpose, and I sat there and thought, nope, personality.
Nope, I wasn't going to say anything.
It was fun. I would be lying if I said I didn't have fun with it. But I stopped because I'm just going to play the full game proper. I should probably play it. I should probably play more of the demo before I write my preview of it, because I still got to write the Indiana Jones preview and the Bubsy preview, and then I'm covered.
I do honestly hope it's great.
I hope it's great. I hope it's good. I hope it's solid. I don't know if it's going to be
I hope it's great. I hope it comes out and people are like, fuck, this is incredible.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
Because, like, there are no bad games.
In check.
There are no bad ideas. There is just bad execution. You know, there are no bad characters. There is just bad execution.
Like, there were a lot of bad ideas in Bubsy.
No, you know. Maybe that's fair.
Oh, man. Yeah, like, running through this character's history, like, the first chunk of them, like, the stuff that's on the Perfect Collection was, like, this weird run. And, like, then it got rebooted. And then that didn't stick, so they did it again. Mm-hmm. And that didn't stick because it was a total, like, the best Bubsy game is not a Bubsy game. That's the Paws on Fire. And it's still just, like, it's solid, but it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not up to Choice Provision's usual standards. And also, like, it's not a Bubsy game. It's a totally different kind of game. So, here we are, with a proper evolution of the character. Like, really looking at what this character can be to not be super annoying and making it work. And I'm fascinated by it. It's really nuts.
What could possibly
go wrong? The only other stuff
wrong?
I really did, I played some Star Tropics, like, out of nowhere. I just, like, kind of felt like playing a little bit of Star Tropics. And I put a little bit more time in Wind Waker on Switch too. And this is the first time I've gone back to the original version of Wind Waker since HD came out.
Okay.
And it's really hard to go back to. Like, there are things about the original one visually that I like better than the HD one, specifically the color of the ocean. But outside of that, everything works better on Wii U. Like, every single thing, it looks and feels and plays so much better. Like, the camera controls are backwards on the GameCube one.
Yeah. It's just so weird. Like,
you've got fewer buttons to mess with. Like,
you could have given an amalgamation of the two. It would have been fine.
Like, and I get what they were talking. I get why they did what they did. Like, it's the GameCube game for the GameCube Switch Online. But, like, I want Wind Waker HD again. Like, why bother releasing this one when this better version exists? Like,
yeah.
I get it, but I don't. I would much rather have bought Wind Waker HD again on Switch than having this on Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm using my GameCube controller to make it feel a little bit more natural. But having to keep changing those different items on the, like, because you had more options to, like, well, I can always have the sail out. It's kind of like playing Link's Awakening on Switch versus Link's Awakening on Game Boy. I mean, it's still phenomenal. It's still such a good game.
But there's a better version of it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a better version of it. And all I got to do is turn on my Wii U to play it. Like, it's just
it's right there.
But
it's not hard.
I'm enjoying the novelty of the GameCube controller, I guess. But at the same token, it's like, man, I wish I could have just done that. But
yeah.
Alas, that was pretty much it. Finishing Adventure and going sledding and Bubsy 4D, Star Tropics, Wind Waker. I moved the Atari VCS back down here now that Samsara is done. It's playing AKR behind me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that was about it. I can't think of anything else interesting I did games-wise this week, so... Or just in general, just everything was shoveling and being cold. And I'm going to a Flyers game tomorrow, and that's pretty much it. Virtual Boy. That was like the thing for me. The fact that I'm going to play Dragon Hopper is just blowing my mind. Every now and then I just keep thinking about like, holy shit, I'm going to actually get to see what this game is. Like, for real. It was like
For
Star
real,
Fox
for real.
2,
Yeah.
Earthbound Beginnings. The fact that they're putting some of this unreleased stuff, like, I did a video
It's awesome.
for this week on Stone Age Gamer, the YouTube channel. My video is top 5 unreleased Virtual Boy games that I want on Switch too, because there's more of them out there, and of course Bound High is on the list, but other ones that weren't finished. Like, I'd love to. What if we get that Mario Brothers game? Like, not the the Super Mario Land one. That would be amazing. I'm sure that's never going to happen because I don't think that game technically exists. But like, boy, wouldn't it be cool if it did? But like the Mario Brothers one, there wasn't much to it. And I know they released Mario Clash, but there was this whole Mario Brothers game, Mario Brothers VB, that they showed off at like E3. I'd love to be able to play that. That would be super cool. There's a full Bomberman game.
Even if they went and finished a couple of these, like you said, so many of them are like
love it.
So close to being done.
Mm-hmm.
You just slap it in fucking Google Gemini or Project Gemini. There you go.
Just have them finish it for you, Nintendo. You don't need to do the work.
Yeah. Seems easy enough. How much worse could it be?
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Well,
I'm looking at my Switch app to see if there was anything else I played and forgot about this week.
No.
Karen is still playing that Suika game like every day.
Wild.
And the was it the whole.io that I downloaded? She's been playing that every day. I played it for like 2 minutes. I played another round of Ball Pit. Nothing really to write home about.
Did you? I was going to ask if you did anything with the expansion.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't done anything with it. I just did. I'm still so early on. I'm only on the 3rd level. Yeah, so I haven't been playing it very often. But it's one of the ones that I switch on when I have a few minutes to play. So
yeah, that was like
what about
that
you?
was. I know. We talked about it last week on the show. I was like, we're going to get snowed in and blah blah blah. And what do we want to play? And Tiff was like, yeah, no, not really into anything this week. And I was like,
I'm going to play
okay.
the shoveling game.
Yeah, and that's what I did too. Like, I went out and shoveled my driveway, and then shoveled my driveway again, and then shoveled the sidewalk, and did the sidewalk a few more times, and then it's like, oh, fuck it, I guess I'll dig the cars out, and then went and did the neighbors, and we're going to do my aunt's house tomorrow, because she has, like, a shoveling service. It's her neighbor. His name is Craig, but he's a fucking old man. And not an old man, like he's in his 60s. He's an older gentleman. But he can't be out there, so I'm taking the kids over tomorrow morning, and we're going to go take care of all of her stuff. But really, the most of what I played this week was the Ball Pit update, the Regal update, with the 2 new characters, the Carouser and the Falconer. Right? And the Falconer is super cool. You have 2 falcons that end up on either, the left and right hand side of the screen, and they're the ones that shoot the balls out. So that gives you a lot of interesting ways that you can aim, because you've got the balls coming from the 2 extreme sides of the screen, right? Which is pretty cool. But the other character I like a lot, the Carouser. What happens is that after you shoot all the balls out, they come back and they circle him for a little bit until they shoot back out again. So, like, you can just walk and you've got all the fucking balls spinning around you, and all the baby balls and all the crazy shit and lasers and nukes and all the fucking nut stuff that's happening, and the new balls that are there, the fucking catapults and fireworks and shit. Like, all of this crazy stuff is happening, and you're just right there in the center of it. Very similar to when you get, like, the garlic in Vampire Survivors, and nothing can touch you. You're just standing in the middle of the chaos, which was super fun, because then one of the blueprints that you get is you can unlock endless mode, right? So any level that you complete after you beat the boss, it'll give you now a third option, because you usually have return to base, retry. Then it also gives you another option for continue exploring. And then you just go, right? You just go for as long as you can to see how far you can go and whatever new evolutions you can make. And it's just so fucking fun. It's just so fun. I love it. It makes me happy in my pants. You know. It's a really good fucking game. I'm really excited about it. I think, I do think I'm going to pick up, I have to go talk to Tiff after the podcast and see. I'm going to show her the messages that our listeners have sent in, because apparently I do need Claire Obscure Expedition 33, and apparently Tiff needs it as well. And I had a whole plan when I was driving home from work today. I was like, all right, I got Ryan was able to chip a couple of cents out of his yacht fund and pay me this week. So that was I'm just kidding. I got my Stone Age Gamer, my freelance money today. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go back to the local Goodwill here. And if the fucking Maka Master is still there, this really stupidly expensive coffee pot, I'm going to get it, right? Because these coffee pots, Chris, and I know you're a big coffee fan, so I know I'm not telling you anything you don't know about the... I don't know if it's... Because I've heard it pronounced both ways, right? I've heard it pronounced the Maka Master, and I've heard it pronounced the Mocha Master. It's Mocca. So to me, that is Maka Master. But whatever. This is it just makes coffee. Okay, it just makes coffee, but it makes coffee really hard and really good. And if you go on Amazon to like pick one of these up, or like Crate and Barrel or wherever the fuck you're going to get one of these, because they are a Dutch company. This is made like the people that make this machine. It is a family run business. They employ people at a livable wage to make these machines. They are made with pride. They stand by their product. This is the kind of coffee pot, for lack of a better term, that you buy, and then that's what you have, right? I don't need to get another $10 coffee pot 6 months down the line because it broke. I have the Maka Master, and then I gave it to my kids, kind of thing. But if you go on right now to go pick one of these up, they're like $380. Right, is about the going rate for this. And it is a percolation drip coffee maker. That's it. It doesn't do espresso. It doesn't do fancy drinks. It doesn't give you a blowjob or a handy. It just fucking makes coffee. That's what it does. So they had one at my Goodwill. I don't know why they had one at my Goodwill, but like there was a couple Dysons there. Like somebody nice. That's a weird way to put that. Somebody with some money, I suppose, or who liked the finer things, must have passed away or something. But they had one for $150, and I was like, all right, like, it's still there in a couple weeks. I'm gonna go get it, and indeed I did. But my plan was, if they didn't have it, I was just gonna go right across the street to the GameStop or whatever and get Claire Obscure Expedition 33. So now I got to talk her into buying it. Because I spent all my money on this fucking thing. Yeah, and I didn't even use it yet. Like, I brought it home and then immediately had to go do a bunch of other shit and watch this fucking stupid Mario show. So I couldn't even brew. I'm going to go make decaf right now. Like a fucking Neanderthal. Anyway, what else did we do this week? We watched a couple of movies. While we were snowed in, instead of playing games, we watched Death of a Unicorn, the Paul Rudd and who's the girl that plays Wednesday? What's her name?
Jenna Ortega.
Yes, the Paul Rudd Jenna Ortega joint. It was fine. If you haven't seen it, it's fine. Like, don't rush to your local video store and see if they still have a copy on the shelves. It was okay. If it comes on, like, I wouldn't kick it out of bed. But we also watched Begonia, which is the Emma Stone and Yorgos Lanthimos movie, their follow-up to Pretty Things from a couple of years ago that was just absolutely fucking brilliant and one of the best movies I've ever seen. This movie, there's like some weird conspiracy theory dudes, and Emma Stone's character is like the head of this like crazy evil corporation that does I turned my tracking back on. I talk a lot with my hands, Chris, and I shouldn't. Blink at me, fucker. There we go. Thank you. No, not you. But I appreciate that you blinked right after I said it. She's like, she works at like this like medical evil corporation and whatever. And one of the dudes, this is a whole big plot. She gets kidnapped by somebody who works for her, and because he is convinced that she is an alien. And he goes through and he's like, I figured all your shit out. I fucking 3D modeled your ship. I know exactly everything. And it's just this fucking wild movie. And the whole time you're going through it is this dude crazy? And she's like just a victim here. Or is she an alien princess? And this dude's fucking right. And she's just a good actor. It was fucking great. Absolutely fucking incredible movie. If you have not seen Begonia, I very much encourage you to go do so. And I think you might dig this one, Chris, because it's not like a horror movie, you know, like it's good. I think you would like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We did watch Fallout. We're all caught up on Fallout. The fucking dude. This last episode with the fucking NCR power armor. Spoilers, sorry. My bad. With the fucking NCR power armor and the death claws and the that scene was fucking great. All the stuff with Lucy and her dad is fucking awesome. All the stuff with Steph and her, I don't know what we call her, because he's not her husband. He said no. She's fucking scared. Fiance? Yeah. Like, that shows.
Fiance?
Yeah, her unwitting fiance.
I heard we're getting married, huh? Why?
Why? That show's really good. I know I'm not breaking new ground by saying that. Holy shit, that show's good. Like, goddamn. We watched the next episode of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It was better. It's okay. You didn't watch that yet, right?
We have so little. I don't know how you find so much time to watch so much TV. Like,
dude, I usually don't. You know me. I usually am so far behind.
Like, we get an episode of something some nights a week. Like, I had Quizzo this week, so we had Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So we got to watch 3 episodes of Fallout this week. That's it. That's all we get.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like, you've got all these things that you want me to watch, but like, sure, but fucking what? Like, we can't watch movies. I can't stay awake for a movie after the kids go to bed. Like, I can't
drink
stay awake
fucking coffee. Get yourself a Maca Master and drink fucking coffee. You'll be fine.
I don't sleep enough as it is.
That's fair. We did, we made it through, to your point, we stopped on purpose last night because I didn't want to finish it. So we're going to finish it maybe tomorrow. We might be going into the city tomorrow because I got some more free tickets for the orchestra, but the city's just such a fucking disaster to drive through. I don't know if we're going to go, but we made it through the first 6 of 8 episodes of Wonder Man. Now they're only a half hour each. I mean, there is still time for, and I'm not going to spoil anything for you. There is still time for it to come off the rails. But as of right now, I would put this show right behind WandaVision as the best Marvel TV show that they've done.
I've heard that. I've heard that it is fantastic.
It is so fucking good. And the dude who's playing Wonder Man, I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try right now, is holding his own in scene after scene with Ben Kingsley. And Ben Kingsley, there are some moments, legitimately, there are some moments in this silly Wonder Man TV show where I think Ben Kingsley is doing some of the best work of his entire career. There are just some moments where they turn it on and you're like, it's fucking transformative. It's so fucking incredible. There's a lot of discussion, and it's really funny because we started watching earlier in the week The Studio, the Seth Rogen show, where he takes over a movie studio. Also phenomenal. Catherine O'Hara's in it. She passed away today. Fucking devastating.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It just fucking sucks. Like, I mean, she was 71. She's had a wonderful life and all of that. I'm just sad she's gone. You know, that just is awful. But there's a lot of musings in The Studio because Seth Rogen, have you seen that show at all? Because that's been out for a couple years. Okay. In the first episode of The Studio, Seth Rogen takes over a movie studio. Or as like president, creative director, whatever. And the owner of the studio is like, I just got us the rights to the Kool-Aid Man movie. Fuck it. Like, and he's so excited about wanting to make a Kool-Aid Man movie. And Seth Rogen's character is like, I want to make art. And like, I want to make films. I don't want to make just movies. I want to make art. And there's a lot of really interesting discussions about movies and their place in entertainment and the art form and the power that they have and the impact that they have and all of that. And then you watch Wonder Man, where Ben Kingsley and the guy who's playing Simon Williams are having those same discussions about trying out for roles in different parts in movies. And then they do the thing that they were talking, and like, it's this weird blending of the two shows happening at the same time. But legitimately, Wonder Man is like, if WandaVision to me is 1A, then, or like number one, then Wonder Man is like 1A. It's that fucking good, in my opinion. I am blown and did not think I would give this much of a shit about a Wonder Man show. It's fucking incredible. Yeah,
it's next. Yeah, we didn't want to skip out on Fallout, so we watched that, and we've got one more episode. Once that's done, right on to Wonder Man.
No,
but I also really want to start Shrinking again too. Shrinking is back. That's
I need to.
My priority list. Shrinking is so good.
Tiff and I started that, and she didn't love it. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just watch this on my own, and that is something I certainly don't have time for. Like, I do not have time to just sit down and be like, I'm going to watch a TV show without, like, seasons of a TV show without my wife. Like, that is just not a thing that I really have time for. But
I freaking loved it.
Yeah. I liked it a lot. We watched the first 3 episodes, and she was like, whatever. I was like, I mean, I really like it. I do think, like I said, I think I'm going to pick up Clair Obscure Expedition 33. But I also think I might pick up Chrono Trigger on Steam. So I know we had a discussion in Discord about this being the best way to play it, and it's a really, really good port and all the things that they have. And it's on sale right now for $7.50. I mean...
Yeah, that's a pretty good price for Chrono Trigger.
That is not a lot of doll hairs for a really good version of Chrono Trigger. But again, it's not... This is one of the things that I'm finding frustrating. So many of these games that don't have native macOS ports. And I wish they did. Because, like, this will run beautifully on my Steam Deck. Absolutely. Like, Chrono Trigger's not going to be pushing the Steam Deck to its limits or anything. But I want to be able to, like, cross-save it and pull it up on my, you know, my Mac down here and what. I mean, I could, I'm sure my computer could run it too. It's just, I don't know. That is frustrating at times. But that's a podcast for another podcast. That's where I'm at, Chris. That's what I got. It's been a nice week.
Yeah, it's just been cold. It's been a hard week with the amount of cold, and I've been constantly fighting this cold all week long, and it's finally caught up to me. The kids had a snow day, and that put me behind schedule on work, and like it's been a rough week, but it's been okay. Like today, I got to do a bunch of work stuff that I felt like I didn't have time for. I don't know how I caught up on everything. I can't shake the feeling that I'm forgetting something. Like, it's just, there's got to be something important that I'm forgetting because I was doing projects that I would have normally not even been able to get to until the last minute. But you know, I just felt relatively accomplished. I ate some good food and now I'm sleepy. I really hope I get to sleep.
It's not nothing. We are starting the countdown, though, Chris. We are getting close to Romeo is a Dead Man. I am very excited. February 11th, baby.
Well, I'm just looking forward to Virtual Boy games on my TV. Because I'm a goon. All right.
You are.
I think that's it.
But you're a
that's
lovable goon.
Aw, thanks.
That's all we can ask for.
All I can ask for is friggin' sleep through the night, for God's sake.
Right.
All right, everybody. That is it. That's our show. Join us next time for... What are we doing next?
Alphabet Super Series.
Yeah, Alphabet Super Series is kicking up again. What's our A pick?
Alien Soldier.
Alien Soldier. That's a Genesis game, right?
That is a wow. You have spent a lot of time investment. So it is a treasure joint. Yes, it was released for the Sega Genesis, but it was not released in North America.
Right.
Not originally. It was released in Japan and PAL territories. It was in North America on the Sega channel. So, like I said, it basically wasn't released in North America.
How did I play this? I've played this. How did I play this? It's
on Virtual Store?
Wii Virtual Console. And the game was released on the...
Yeah.
Oh, it's on Switch. That's where I played this. I played this on Switch.
Yeah, it's gotten important. Like, this is a legendary fucking game. It's so hard. I'm sorry. I forgot, but it's so hard.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about it next week.
Yeah, Alien Soldier is on the Genesis Nintendo Switch Online thing. Now, of course, it's going to be hard for me to boot up an NSO and not just go straight to Echo the Dolphin, but I will scroll past it to get to Alien Soldier just for you.
It is a very nice shirt. I do like it. I honestly do like the shirt because it's funny.
It is.
But
anyway,
Alien Soldier, for anybody who's not in the Discord, you got a couple of days to get your ass handed to you by that game.
Good luck. Play it on Switch. You can use Rewind.
Yeah.
We're on most social media platforms, and if you want to get in touch with us, we aren't very difficult to find. All it takes is a quick look at our show notes. You'll see links to our social media accounts, as well as all manner of other fun stuff, like a link to our namesake, stoneagegamer.com, and more useful links than you can shake a joystick at. If you'd like to get early access to this show's episodes, as well as a bevy of other shows on the Geekade Podcast Network, check out our Patreon, also linked to in the show notes. It helps keep this show running week after week, and all our patrons are loved and appreciated. This show's theme song, Squared Roots, was written by Banjo Guy Ali. You can learn all about his wonderful music and more by following the link to his YouTube channel, also in the show notes. And finally, as always, I'd like to thank our intrepid editor, Evan, for making the show listenable for all you folks. I'd like to thank all you folks for listening in the first place. That's it. On behalf of Dan and myself, keep playing games.